shop. Welcome back to Farang Cuisine. Today I'm going to be making a vegetable soup, a puree soup with some pumpkin, onions, carrots, celery, Thai celery, and some chili peppers and a few other ingredients. So let me break down the ingredients for you and I will show you how we do it. So for the soup I'm going to use a Thai pumpkin. This is a pumpkin you can find in Thailand. Usually I got this one at Tesco Express, and you can find them at the local markets, but they're nice little pumpkins. Mushrooms, also you can find them at the markets. I'm going to be using about around a cup of these mushrooms. Okay, 2 regular sized carrots should be enough. Also I'm going to use 2 of these onions. Some of these Thai chili peppers. These are the bigger chili peppers, not the small perquimo, but the larger chili peppers. They almost look like a jalapeno, a red jalapeno. Okay? So I'll use 2 of these. Here has the Thai celery. So I'll use this whole bunch of Thai celery. About 5 cloves of garlic, a little bit of fresh cracked pepper, and I'm going to use a little bit of thyme. This is just dried thyme. You can get it at the Villa Market or some of the Farang grocery markets if you live in Thailand. And I'm also going to use a little bit of milk, just to splash in that when I puree the soup together and the vegetables. And I'm using 0% milk. Okay, so I've chopped up my 2 onions and my stalk of celery, my bunch of celery, and then the 2 carrots. I've got them in a fairly rough cut, alright? And this is going to go into your water. I've got water starting to boil already here. This is basically what they call a mirepoix, which you use for a stock at the beginning of any soup that you're going to make. It's, like I said, it's carrots, celery, and onions. So I'm going to sit that in the boiling water. So I'll let that simmer, and now I'll start to slice down the pumpkin, and when I'm finished chopping that up, I'll put the pumpkin in there to boil as well. And then what I'll do is I'll get the garlic and the mushrooms ready, and I will cook them in a pan before I put them in the soup. So I've sliced up all the pumpkin and added it in here to the steaming water as well, the boiling water as well. And then I used the whole pumpkin, and it was about the size of a football, maybe a little bit smaller, and it probably yielded about, I'd say, 4 cups, 3 or 4 cups of the pumpkin sliced. So about that size for the sliced pumpkin is good. It doesn't really matter anyway because we're going to puree this soup. So just enough so that they cook down fairly quick for you, and pretty quick by hand. Okay. So now we're going to take our mushrooms and our garlic, and we're going to cut that up and stir fry it with a little bit of oil and some salt and pepper. So throw your garlic in. Mushrooms. And then I like to throw a little fresh cracked pepper. Just to season these. Just to season these mushrooms a bit. A little bit of salt. Okay, I'm going to take them off the heat. Put them aside. Now while this is cooking down, you can season it a little bit with some salt, some fresh cracked pepper. Also throw in some of your thyme, your dried thyme. So that's starting to look good. It's smelling really good. we'll let that boil up a little bit longer, get the flavors in the vegetables. So now we can, while we're waiting for that to boil down, we can start to cut our chili peppers, which I like it'll give a little bit of heat to the soup here. If you don't like it too hot, you can cut out the membranes on the inside. Usually the membrane is here. Okay. What you can do is run your knife down here and just roll it out. Okay. And so you take the membranes out like that. But I like the membranes. I like a little bit of heat. So some of these peppers are not as spicy, depending on how they've been grown and the time of year and the amount of water they get. So I just tasted them. I like a little bit more heat, so I'm going to put one more larger one in my soup as well, because it just did not have much heat when I tried it, and I like spicy. After that's been sitting around boiling for about 20 minutes, maybe 25 minutes, I drained or strained the vegetables and celery and all that and separated them from the stock and set aside the stock. You're gonna maybe want to keep some stock aside for in case you want to thin your soup down a little bit if it's too thick for you. But I'll probably be doing that with the milk. You don't have to use milk if you don't want to. And it'll also be good to save on the side to make another soup if you want to put some noodles in there or some chicken. For anything you would want to use a soup stock. So I throw on a little bit of my stock, just a little splash, and then I'm going to put in my peppers and my mushrooms also. Okay. So the only fat that you're going to be having in this is a little bit of oil that I cooked the mushrooms and mushrooms and garlic in. Okay, so we're going to give this a little. There you have it. It's a nice little pumpkin and vegetable pureed soup. Non-fattening, tastes good. Thanks again for watching Farang Cuisine. Again, any questions, comments, or suggestions of a next video, put them in the comment section below. Have a good day.